Hi, I'm AJ. Welcome to In the Dojo. I'm with Wade and with Lacey, our special guest today. We're going to be running down the Invicta 15 card, and Lacey is going to be on it. So she's going to be giving us a hand and giving a quick rundown on the card. Yeah, let's get started. We'll start with Lacey's fight. Lacey, do you want to give us a quick rundown on your opponent in terms of who you're fighting? And it's going to be quite an interesting matchup because, well, you actually called her out originally, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So do you want to give us a bit of a quick rundown on how all that played out, and we'll go from there?
Yeah, I'm really fighting Mizuki Inoue. I guess I technically called her out, but it was just, you know, she possesses a lot of these, you know, skills that are so similar to mine that I just want to challenge myself and kind of see where I'm at and where I lie. We both started young in our career. She started when she was 16. I started competing when I was 17. We both had, you know, we had a lot of matches early on. We both have a karate background. There's just a lot of things that are simultaneous, you know, that we did in our career that I think is just going to put on a really exciting fight. Often you see a lot of, you know, striker versus grab or more one-sided fights, and I think this is one of those fights that, you know, is going to go down because we're going to bang, and I think it's going to be a 3-round war.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really interesting one too. And correct me if I'm wrong too, but now she was a dual champion as well?
Yeah, deep dual, and she's also the S Cup champion when she was 16.
Yeah, and she's also fought, like yourself, in multiple weight classes, is that correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, so it's going to be quite an interesting one. So you guys are a bit of scrappers on all sorts of levels here. So yeah, okay.
I don't think there's going to be too much time in the fight where they're just standing around looking at each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's not that. You know, expect it to. You know, this fight's going to go everywhere. We're both. No, she likes to stand her feet. I wouldn't say that I don't like to stay on my feet, but I seem to take people to the ground more often. So, you know, I think this fight's going to go everywhere. So I think you'll get to see a little bit of our skills everywhere. And, you know, we're both pretty well-rounded. So I think it's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, well, it should be. And you certainly didn't take anyone to the ground in your last fight, that's for sure.
I had one attempt. I had to bail out.
What was that? All of a minute 58, 53 seconds, I think?
Yeah, I think a minute 50.
And I think it was the first time Jenny Lee was stopped, was that right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that was pretty impressive. It was pretty good. So you're looking to continue that run. Just keep that going.
I hope so, because I thought you had 3-round war, really. I was, like, so surprised by that.
Yeah, well, it was pretty impressive. It was pretty good. It was pretty impressive. And who else have we got on that card there? We've got obviously we've got the main headliner. So we've got Cyborg versus. Now I can't pronounce Daria's surname. Anyone want to take a shot?
I'm not even going to attempt that one.
Yeah. Well, and that's the problem too. Is I think a lot of people don't know her, so it makes it even extra hard because you're like, you gotta wait for Bruce Buffer to say someone's name before you really know it.
Yeah. That's it. Well, that's an interesting fight actually. Like it's kind of a weird one because you've got, for the first time in a while, she's going to be hitting a striker versus a grappler scenario. But the thing is, like, the original opponent was Cindy, of course, like Cindy Dandois, who actually has a win over Daria, but they switched that around. So it's kind of an iffy one. Like it's still going to be a good matchup in the sense that Chris is going to be facing a grappler for a while, like for a nice change. But I mean, I don't know. Does anyone want to take a stab in the dark at who's going to win that one? or is that a given or a foregone?
Well, because everyone's just getting into the I'm like, oh, Cyborg's going to win. So, you know, I would have research on her to have a better educated decision, but I definitely think that Cyborg's got that one in the bag.
What about yourself, mate?
I think it's going to be within the first 2 minutes.
So within
Cyborg.
What was that? Sorry, within the.
I think Cyborg will get it within the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, I kind of see that happening too. I think Cyborg's just too well rounded. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's.
Yeah. Now,
like, most men don't want to face her.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's so true. Now, and who else have we got on the card?
Angela Hill's going back to Invicta, you know, from
Yeah, that's true. She's had a switch of 2 opponents now. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was now. Oh, so this is, you know, again a short.
Yeah, and now I think she's coming up to her second loss now. She'll be looking to rebound, and her new opponent now is who's her new opponent now? That's
I as well.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if she's had any other fights since then. I haven't really looked into that.
Yeah, that's one thing I didn't catch up on myself on that one. So yeah, okay. Yeah. And now also Lisa Ellis is dropping down to atom weight as well, which will be another interesting thing too. And she's taking on Amber Brown, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
That'll be a great fight. Amber Brown did really well in the last outing too. She kind of took it home really well. And I think she what was the Irish girl's name? I think.
Catherine.
Yeah, she stopped her in the first, I think.
Yeah, she finished.
Yeah. She put a real performance on in the last outing, so that'll be a good one to watch out for as well, I think.
Yeah, I'm excited too to, you know, kind of see Lisa Ellis back at 105, because I think that's just a better weight class for her. She's a petite woman, you know, and I think she shows a lot more strength at that weight class.
I definitely agree with that. Yeah. Actually, I'll ask your thoughts on this too. Do you have any thoughts on why the UFC hasn't brought in a 125 division yet? Like, to me, it doesn't seem to kind of make sense as to why they've kept that gap going so long. I mean, because when you look at it logically, there's quite a few 125s that bumped into the 135 to kind of go into the UFC, and obviously the same thing with the 115. There's a lot of 105s that have pushed into the 115 just to kind of get themselves into the UFC. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, why you know, can you see any logic behind them not putting in the 125 yet? I was asking you, Lacey.
Oh, I thought you were asking about that, because I'm like, I just keep talking your ear off. No, I think that a lot of the reason that they haven't put in the 125 division is just like Dana said. He just said there's not a huge pool there, and he kind of thinks it's a boring weight class because we don't see a lot of 125 matchups. I think that if more people were fighting at their regular weights instead of cutting so much weight, I think the 25 would be a much more exciting division. I think you'd have a lot more talent there. And I agree, I think that a lot of these girls are going to the wrong weight class just to try to make it to the UFC. And that's where they're, you know, and that's at least because it's got a place for the but I definitely think that why the UFC hasn't picked up yet. Even the 125 division Invicta, I mean, there's maybe 5 fighters that, you know, think of off the top of my head that are at the level of, you know, title contention and whatnot. So I just think the pool's just not that deep.
That's kind of what I was thinking myself. What about yourself, Wade? Do you agree with that? Or?
Yeah, I totally agree, because I mean, they had the what weight class was it? They just tried out for tough, and they didn't have enough females to show up to even make a show up. So
yeah, and that's.
I mean, I think it's just
example, really.
We're just, you know, I think we're 2 to 3 years away from it, honestly, you know. So.
Yeah, we just got to get more females in the gyms, and, you know, the weight classes will start to fill out. You'll start to find, and, you know, the thing is now so many MMA's been around long enough now that we've got this newer generation that's training, and those girls are going to start to turn 18, and they're going to be able to start competing. And so I think there's going to be a whole new plethora of talent, you know, in the next 5 years.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, that's a fair call. The one thing that does worry me a little bit, though, is that you've got, like, for example, Bellator, for example, how they've locked up the 145 division. Like, for example, they've got Marlos Kunin, they've got Julia Budd, but then Invicta have got Cyborg. So then, of course, you've got this top 5 ranking that's just never going to move.
Yeah.
And so it kind of worries me a little bit that if they do the same with the 125, you're going to have this gap forever, and then I don't want to kind of say it, but the whole women's division is just going to be in lockdown forever, and it's really gonna suck, you know. And
that's kind of how it feels, you know, like that's kind of how it's been. Like there's been this new influx of people, and that's where we're kind of at right now with who's champ and who's ranked and blah blah blah. But that's kind of how it is. It's like it always stays this smaller group because there isn't that many, you know. But it'll start to deepen.
Yeah, well, that's what worries me a bit with it. But I hope you're right. Yeah. And what about you, Wade? What do you think on that one?
I think competition, you know, is good. So I think with Bellator, they need to do more fights. Period. Not just women. I mean, I don't know what they're doing with Rising and co-promoting and all that. They need to focus on Bellator and establish their brand more and have more women fights. And I think UFC, they can do the same thing. They need to put more women fights on because, in my opinion, the women, they've been scrapping, you know, it seems like they're trying harder than the men right now out there. So I think they just need more fights, and it doesn't matter if Cyborg's at Invicta or Julia Budd's over here or whatever. The more people that are fighting, it's going to be better for the fans, and it'll be better for the fighters. So, you know, Cyborg can only be locked up in a contract for so long, and Julia Budd will only be locked up in her contract for so long. So once they fight and they get out of them contracts, then they can go and maybe start making, you know, better money, and the demand will be there for, you know, these girls to meet up in one organization or the other. So.
Yeah, well, that's the biggest thing. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about the best fighting the best, isn't it? Well, that's what it's meant to be.
Yeah. Minus the politics and timing and everything like that.
That's what drives me crazy about the whole thing, you know? But, I mean, what can you do at the end of the day? Politics is politics, you know?
Every business has it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, it's going to be a great card. Is there any other fights that you think are going to be ones to watch out for on the card?
I'm really excited for the Librock Anderson fight. Megan Anderson didn't really get a chance to showcase her skills last outings. I really want to see what she brings to the table, as well as we definitely saw it at the table. So it looks for a great matchup.
Yeah, actually, I've got to say, I became a bit of an Amber fan after that one. I wasn't just because she hasn't had many fights. Like, I didn't know what to expect, but after that first fight, I was like, wow. And because she's been through that Tough Enough series, I was like, okay, she's going to be quite legit, and she's going to bring a fair bit to the table. So I was quite surprised by that.
Yeah, and the Amanda Bell and Gomez fight, that should be.
Yes, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for that fight. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I love both those girls so much, and they're both like, oh man, their fight always like excite me so much. So for them to fight each other, I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought Raquel Palue and Adian was like a great fight. This is gonna be scary, dude.
Yeah.
I don't want to jinx it, but that fight cannot be boring. You know, I mean, it just can't be boring. So.
No, I don't. I agree.
Yeah, no, that won't be a boring one at all. I think the whole card's gonna be good, really. You know, I can't see a boring.
I'm excited for the title fight, of course, too. For her title for the first exciting. Of course, always everyone. So that's a big thing.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be another good one too. I think the good thing too is they're finally doing it on a Saturday as well, which is gonna be great. Like, I'm really glad to see that. Like, I was kind of a bit worried that we're gonna do the whole Friday night again and then put the UFC on the Saturday. But it's good that they finally let it do it on a Saturday. So hopefully, knock on wood, they'll sell out and it'll be good. Yeah, fingers crossed. Exactly. All right. Well, I guess that'll do it for us. Thanks very much for joining us, Lacey. Anything you want to add on before we head out, Wade?
Good luck, Lacey. We'll be rooting for you.
Yeah. Best of luck on the fight night. We'll be cheering for you. I won't say rooting for you because that means something different in Australia. So
Okay.
We'll be cheering for you. Yeah. For everyone, thanks very much. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for having me.